What's going on, Arkham Gaming? Says I'm just got out of art class and I'm getting better and better. I don't know how to draw Batman. I don't know when I draw Batman characters. I'm very good at drawing. It's because I'm passionate about the character. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, Arkham Gaming. What's up, RJ? Hope everybody's doing well today. It's Friday. Excuse me. Excuse me. What's up, Nerd Costa Nostra? What's going on, bro? So I am going to get a neck X-ray right now. You all know that I was having problems earlier this spring. I pinched a nerve in my neck, and I was having numbness down my arm and in my fingers, and so I've been going to the chiropractor. You guys come along with me for a lot of that, and so it's gotten better. I don't have all the spasming that I was having before, and all the pain that I was having before. I mean, if you guys watch some of those videos, some of the overnight videos that we were doing back then, like you see me like a lot of times I'm like stretching and like moving around and stuff, and that was because I was uncomfortable. It was very, very uncomfortable. But that's doing better. But I'm kind of like at the next point because even though a lot of it's getting better, I still have like a little bit of numbness in the very tips of a couple of my fingers, and so I got that, and so I got to get a neck X-ray, and then I'm off to the chiropractor again because I go a couple times a week. So that's where that's what I'm doing. Oh, Nerd Costa Nostra says, prayers coming your way. I've had 4 back surgeries and my wife has had 2 neck and back. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, neck and back problems they suck. And it's funny, I remember specifically being a kid and hearing adults talk about how their back hurt, right? And like that they had back problems. And I remember being a kid and thinking like that was like impossible. Like my back never hurt when I was a kid, and whatnot. But I started developing back problems in my late 20s from playing guitar. Yeah, I started with pain in my left shoulder blade, and went to my doctor, and he's like, "Hey, why? Do you do anything different with your left shoulder than anything else?" And I said, "No." I said, "Just I've got I play guitar, so I got a strap coming over my left shoulder, right there." And he said, "Oh, yeah." And the thing is I was touring at the time a lot, so I was playing a lot. I mean, it's playing all the time. And so he said, "Well, can you just not play as often?" And I'm like, "Nah, that doesn't work, man. We got to talk about what I do." And then he goes, "Well, can you play sitting down?" And I'm like, "Dude, I play in a rock band. So, nobody's going to go see the rock band where, the guitar player is, sitting, unless you're doing an acoustic show or something like that." And so that's just kind of where I've been at. Now, the good thing is, I mean, I've done all kinds of stuff for it. Yeah, right. Play sitting down. Yeah, I looked at it and was like, yeah, no, that's probably not going to work, man. But the thing is, I've done all kinds of stuff for it. I mean, I've done everything from massage therapy to physical therapy to chiropractic. I've done spinal injections. I've done injections in my neck. I've done manipulations. I've done needling. I've done cupping. Cupping is pretty cool. I really like cupping. If you don't know what cupping is, they put all these little suction cups on you, and it just like sucks it up, like your muscles and stuff. And then when they let it go, it just releases, And so the muscle kind of releases the tension, and that helps. But again, it's part of physical therapy, and that gets expensive. And so that's kind of where I've been at. Sorry, I'm at this spot where the camera always seems to jostle because the construction is going on here. So I've done pretty much everything you can do, but apparently, it's like it's not like I've got like a bad enough issue where I have to do surgery, thankfully. But it's also not good enough where it's like I don't have pain. So that's what I got. It's what I got. So that's what I'm dealing with. Yeah, I've had I got spurs in your lower neck. Man, that sucks. Yeah, I've had protruding discs. I've had herniated discs. Like I've just so we just keep on, right? Sometimes people never know the struggles that you go through. And back problems are kind of like that. I mean, that like those little gnats. I don't know what the world's going on. But yeah, people never know. Like especially with back problems, like and neck problems, like you're just miserable. I'm just constantly feeling sore, or just stiff, whatever, and it's just it's not cool. So I'm trying. Like I said, I've never had this kind of problem like I'm having right now until I messed up whatever I did back in the spring. And I was kind of laying there. I was sitting on the couch. I fell asleep on the couch, and I was nodding off, and I was like, my head was kind of going back like this as I was falling asleep. And apparently, like I just like hit it really hard. Like it jerked really hard, and when I did, it messed up my my neck, and so I've got this pinched nerve in my neck. So trying to work through it, but hey. It's okay. So it's a cloudy day today. It's kind of sucky, kind of gloomy, right? But it's the end of the week. Trying to get back into just kind of I'll be honest with you, just trying to get into the swing of things. It's been a long week. It's been a long week for me. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, where I'm going, what I'm doing. Like I got like a bunch of little side hustle ideas and stuff. But no ideas yet, like what I'm gonna do completely. So I don't know. Just trying to piece it together, and that's life. Sometimes you're just trying to piece it together, and so yeah. So I'm just trying to deal with stuff right now, and got this going on, and I got to put some of these things together that I've got ideas for that hopefully will do something, and then in the meantime, just kind of keep doing the YouTube thing, keep bringing you guys content and fun shows, and yeah, just keep moving on together, right? So I appreciate all you guys. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Tiffany says, I love in the midst of everything you're going through, you're still here to encourage others. One of the many reasons I love you. Ah, I love you too, Tiff. I love you. Wow, even the chiropractor said I don't need surgery. Wow, yeah, when your chiropractor says you need surgery, you've done something. You got some issues, for sure. Yep. So I'm just gonna go and I've been supposed to get this X-ray here for quite a while, so just haven't had time. So now I got time. So hey Nash, when is the next 2 cents on nonsense? Well, hopefully this Sunday. I gotta go to Johnny. Johnny's been busy a lot lately, and so he's a school teacher, and so he's been really, really busy lately with some stuff. So so hopefully we're able to get things back up and going with that. What up, Nash? Have you watched Injustice movie? It's disrespected the comics. So I have not watched Injustice yet. One, because it's not released yet, and so I haven't sought it out. I know a lot of people have found it online apparently, but I haven't. So I know it was leaked, but I have not had the opportunity yet to seek it out. And so I'm just probably going to wait until it just it comes out and then watch it that way. But yeah, I know a lot of people have seen it. A lot of people have said that they don't like it. So I'm really kind of interested to see like how can you mess up that story? I mean, it's such a good story, But then again, it seems like lately DC animation has been doing stuff like that a lot, where like when they're retelling stories like that, whether it be the Death and Return of Superman or the Flashpoint Paradox or whatever, like they're not actually telling the actual stories. I don't get it. They're like adding to it, making it weird, and so I wouldn't put it past it, Then again, Who knows? I might like it. I've been there too, where it's like a lot of people don't like something, and I end up liking it. So I don't know. We shall see how that goes. But I know a lot of people have said that they don't like Injustice, and that's interesting to me because just of what it is. Amparo says, I understand I left Seattle. I didn't know what I was going to do. I'm starting my new job at the end of the month. Yeah, you're going to be well. Thank you so much, Amparo. I appreciate the love and that for sure. Yeah, how's Florida? Hope everything's going well for you down there. Austin says, good morning, all you beautiful people. Hope everyone is having a great day. Enosh, you're a real inspiration, man. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate that, man. I wish some of the powers that be sometimes saw that. You know, Resident Justice says those new the Batman posters are amazing. Can't wait for the trailer tomorrow. I know you can't. I know you can't. I like I said, I'm looking forward to it too. We'll see it. We'll talk about it, and hopefully it's really good. Hopefully it's really good. And if it is, I'll be right there excited about it. And if I have issues with it, we'll talk about that too. I don't smell saggy. I only smell one thing. I smell great. Yes, I do. I smell delicious. That's how I am. But yeah, I'm just doing my thing. Just like I said, just out and about, trying to get some stuff done, and trying to make some noise. Right. I found out that apparently where I was at tried to cause me some other issues beyond just now not being employed, and so I'm kind of fighting that right now, and thanks to a lot of you actually, because there were apparently some controversies with the channel or whatever, and just different things about my life or whatever with something, not my life, but just some of the things that have come up in the last week. And so I had to send out an email basically that said, hey, we're doing some good, just like this, you know, and everything on this channel is not necessarily going to be, you know, the it's friendly in the idea that I'm me, and you don't see me doing a bunch of vulgar stuff, on the channel. That's not who I am. I'm not Howard Stern, for God's sake. I'm not over here, doing some vulgarity or whatever. And even in the stuff that we do talk about, I feel like I conduct myself in a professional way, even when we've talked about various, topics, whatever. It is what it is. But I was able to share. I basically told the powers that be that, and these are friends of mine. These are people that I respect, and I get it, man. People come, yelling to them about, me and whatnot, that they got a problem with me or whatever, and on the outside it may be an issue for them, right? It may look like there's an issue with me, but it's like I told them. I said, things aren't always as they seem, and you have to recognize things for what they are, and we're doing a lot of good here at the channel. And I actually shared with them a lot of the messages you guys have sent me. Obviously your anonymity is protected, but a lot of you guys have messaged me privately and asked me to pray for you, or told me about things, things that you're dealing with and everything, and and asked for either advice or prayer, or some kind of just somebody to listen to you. And I think that's that's what sets this channel apart. I think from a lot of other ones. There's a few different things I think sets this channel apart. Is the community, you guys who just come together, and you love each other, and you care about each other. And I love that. I love that there's not all this drama going on in our chats and stuff. And look, when somebody does come in with some drama or stuff, we just say, hey, that's not what we're doing here. That's not what we're about. And so I appreciate that. But then also, it's anyone else weirded out by not seeing me with a hat? Well, I just got a haircut the other day, so I'm trying to, let it breathe. Trying to let it breathe. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We know where to go, Saggy, for the drama. Uh, but well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. But yeah, so I sent this email because uh, I think that's one of the things that sets us apart is that you guys and me, we have a different kind of relationship than just regular YouTuber viewer relationship, and I'm cool with that. I'm really cool with that because that means a lot to me, you know, um, and so I really appreciate the fact that you guys that you guys view me in that way, and it's not just it's not just about a YouTube channel that we come together for lots of. Does anybody else hate these? I don't like the Wi-Fi versions, and I don't like these either. I can't stand these. Whoever designed these Apple earbud pieces of garbage crap things that are supposed to fit in your ear and just don't. Uh, yeah, they don't stay. Like I don't understand. Like you're supposed to work out or whatever or in them or move around in them, and like the second you move around, they just fall out. And so I don't know. Yeah, but yeah. So I sent out this email, and I just said, hey, this is what we're doing. This is the good we're doing. This is literally how people are responding to what I'm doing. So I guess nope, I'm not just talking to a bunch of people who literally just float from church to church, who've gone to church their whole life, and they literally just float from place to place because they they didn't like something at this church or they didn't like something at that church, so they go to a different church, and then all the churches are like, oh yeah, look at how we're growing, and they're not growing. They're not growing, and they're not changing anything. They're just literally just recycling the same people. Which look, people got to go someplace, and that's fine. So you're always going to have that. So I understand it. That's the things, man. I've been around this long enough where it's like I understand the things that are going on, right? And I understand the ramifications, but I also understand something too. It's like I told them, I said, like I'm speaking into people's lives, and a part of people's lives, people who would never step foot in a church, or at least haven't stepped foot in a church for years. You know, have been hurt by churches, have been hurt by people, and this is what I want to point out to you, and I want to make sure that everybody understands this. Like from where my heart is with all this, because I've made sure to have this conversation with my kids too, is there is a difference between people and holding people accountable for their actions and being hurt by people who say they represent God, for example, and then actually being mad at God. I know that sometimes I've heard people who struggle with that, and they're mad at God. They're mad at I hate the word religion. I really don't like the word religion, because to me religion has such a negative connotation about what that is. Where what I have, I don't look at as religion. I look at what I have as a relationship with Christ, and that's where I'm at. And so I just feel like if I say religion, I understand that that's what people like perceive as the term, but I don't like that word. I just that word just bugs me in so many ways. But that's the thing, is like I know so many people who yes, they won't go to a church because they've been hurt by religion. They've been hurt by people. And I want to stress, like, whatever you've gone through, whatever situation like that you've had, don't blame the representatives. Don't blame the person. Don't blame God for what others do. God has never failed me. Okay? People have failed me. People all around me have failed me. People have hurt me. But God has never failed me. And God has never hurt me. God has always provided for me, my family, and for others around me. And I've seen God work in my life. That's why, like, look, if you don't have faith, I respect that, and that's great. Part of part of our faith, part of my faith, and people of faith in general, is not just like the provable, substantiated, things behind it. It's also experience, right? Experience has a lot to do with that, and so I look at my life, and with my experience, like I am very confident in my faith to know what I believe and why I believe it. But people will let you down. People are gonna let you down, and there's gonna be people actually who represent or supposedly represent God or the church or whatever, that are going to let you down, and they're gonna hurt you, and they're going to make decisions that cause you harm. But that's not God. That's not God. And so that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I want to present something that is real to people, that makes people think, that opens up a conversation with it. But I'm very glad, and I'm very thankful to you guys that that you allow me the opportunity to say anything that I do say, because I try not to be too preachy, but obviously it comes up, right? And so I'm very, very thankful that you guys allow me to have the voice that I have, and then also that you respect me enough to listen to me, and I respect you enough to listen to you. And like many have said, like we create an atmosphere here at the Poindexter Lounge where I really think it's funny, because in many ways, because here we are, this is a nerd community, right? This is a community for stuff about pop culture and culture, as it is. But all those things are a reflection of us as a society, and who we are. And so, yeah. So obviously, our nerd culture is going to reflect religion and other things. Like, okay, for all my Marvel fans out there, I was reading an article yesterday about the Incredible Hulk, and about how the Hulk just had this sorry, it's like this gnat. It's driving me nuts. The Hulk had this experience with what was it called, the higher one or something like that, in Marvel, and it's basically like Marvel's version of God, right? And then there's it's like the one above, I think, is it? Somebody help me out. I know that somebody knows. I'm sure it's RJ too. Where's Todd when you need him? Uh, but it's like the one above. I love you too, Saggy. Thank you so much. Yeah, the one above all. Yeah, there it is. And then there's the one below all, right? And so I was reading this article about that. I appreciate you, Saggy. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So yeah, so there's character in Marvel, the one above all, and basically the one above all has created everything, right? Yep. The one above all has created, like, the multiverse, has created everyone in it, and like actually has this moment, and it's very reminiscent of the book of Job, where Job is going through like all these issues and stuff, and God comes to Job and says, "Hey, where were you when I created all these things? Where were you when I created the heavens? Where were you when I created the oceans and this beast and that beast and all these things?" And the one above all in Marvel says this to the Hulk, basically, because the Hulk is trying to figure out his place and his purpose, and the one above all has that moment with him, and it's a reflection, man. It's a reflection, because a lot of the things that the one above all in that comic says, yep, the DC version is the presence, yeah. But the one above all has that moment with the Hulk, and it's very reminiscent of the book of Job. Like, he says to him, like, "Where were you when I created all these things?" So it's all relative. It's all relative. And there's so many things. Um, there's so many things that that even as nerds, like that are reflections of our society, you know. And this is what I tried to also put in that email, that like just because we talk about stuff like with superheroes and sci-fi and stuff like that, we're not a bunch of little kids, you know. And I think that that's still a misnomer for a lot of people, like that they don't get that, like just because we're talking about this stuff doesn't mean that it's for kids, doesn't mean that like it's got to be kid speak and like we're doing childish things. We're not comics and these movies and everything, they deal with such relevant things about society. I mean, they're a reflection of society. You know, this week, look at the things that we talked about this week on the channel alone. I mean, the other night, man, we had two, was it two very controversial things, you know, that we dove into, man. You know, with you know the Superman information about Jonathan Kent, you know, now being bisexual. I mean, that was a whole thing unto itself. And then just you know, other things that are a reflection of our society and how we should be to each other and how we should be as human beings. And we're learning this from superhero stories because there are modern myths. And so yeah, I just you know, I take that seriously. And I don't look at these things as being childish. And sometimes it's hard to make people aware of that, you know. And so yeah, so I'm glad that you guys are here and that you guys get it. Yeah, and that's one of the things, yeah, Lewis, that I love about both DC and Marvel, like that even these comic books, with all of their you know, fun stories, that even they have these beings that represent God in their stories, you know. Superman himself, you know, being a messianic figure, you know, as like Moses or Jesus, you know. It's very very interesting. And uh, and so yep. So I'm you know, I know I'm in the right place. I know I'm doing the right thing. Time will just tell, like as far as like what I can do, you know, going forward. Nerd Costa Nostra says, I feel you and can relate. It amazes me how much time people we use to tear others down. It's so true. It's so true. Like if we would focus on trying to raise people up, and you know, and look, even if people make mistakes or we think that they make a mistake or whatever, like it's amazing if we just sit and have a conversation with them and try to build them up. Austin says, Jesus taught love. He sat with the Pharisees and lepers and all the people the church wouldn't reach out to. I think you do a great job of living that way, Enosh, and doing what the church won't. Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate that. You guys don't know, like it's literally this kind of these kind of conversations that help me right now with what's going on. So John says, Enosh, you're a very professional host who likes to have a good time during your live streams, but you're not afraid to tackle very difficult and challenging issues. Yeah, and I saw your comment the other day about that, John. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think we do anybody a service by shying away from stuff and being embarrassed about certain talk stuff. Look, I get it. It's not for everybody. Not everybody can have those kind of conversations. Not everybody can say those kind of things and bring light to those kind of things. But I feel I can. I feel I can. And so I'm going to keep doing it. You know, I'm going to keep bringing light to these kind of issues. You know, Michelle, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just kind of reflecting right now on some of these things. John says, you showed me that you're a good man with a good soul when I reached out to you privately about my mom who recently passed away. You didn't hesitate to respond to the silent viewer and stranger. John, that, you know, and that's how I am, man, because like I don't care I don't care who you are, uh, you know, or where you're, I almost said where you're from. I'm quoting the Backstreet Boys now. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. No, I just, I know, I seriously though, it doesn't matter to me where you're from or what you're doing. Like, I want to be able to have conversations with you. And so I'm thankful for anyone who ever feels feels that they can have a conversation with me, you know, and feels comfortable enough to reach out to me. You know, I appreciate that. And Michelle even says, I respect Enosh as a Christian and a man of faith. He respects my beliefs and my Wiccan and pagan beliefs. Look, everybody's got their own faith and beliefs, and here's the thing: we may disagree on some things, and we can, and it's okay to even disagree and to have those conversations, right? Yes, Snyder Seven Wolf. Yeah, I did. Thank you for your comments about about the Book of Revelation, Psalms. Yeah, but yeah, like look, we can have differences of opinion on things, and like, you know, and we can even break it down and have serious serious conversations about that, right? But even if we have disagreements about faith, doesn't mean that we should treat each other any different. We're still human, right? And so even though I may not agree with somebody's faith or agree with their take on something, it doesn't mean that I can't love. And that's the key, because it's not all about what I want or about what I believe. It's about all of us, you know. So, Caleb, what's up? Caleb says, yeah, even though I don't consider myself a Christian anymore, I will always appreciate Enosh's viewpoint. He's been a true friend, and I wouldn't hesitate to go to his church should I ever be in town. That'd be awesome, man. That'd be awesome. I gotta figure that part out too. If that's what I'm gonna do, you know, like I'm kind of at a weird place because I've thought about doing the online thing, and maybe starting another channel, and and then, but if I do that, like there's a lot of time and effort that goes into starting a ministry or starting a church or whatever, and you know, I don't have another job right now. So like if you put a lot of time and effort into something, what I don't ever want to be is I don't ever want to come across as like a TV preacher kind of thing of, you know, like needing money or anything like that. And so that's my hesitancy a little bit with that, because I don't want to come across that way, you know. But in the same token, it's like I got to provide for my family. So there's a lot of things that go along with that, right? And so just a lot of things to think about, you know. It's like, do I try to get, you know, something else and get that stuff going, and then try to start something so I'm not reliant upon that, you know, if that makes sense, you know. That's just where my heart is right now, because I don't want to be a burden on people, and I don't want to come across ever as, you know, like that I'm doing it for any other reason other than to be a light and to be you know, to be a ministry, you know. So yeah, yeah. I don't need a jet. I don't need a jet. Thank you. I don't need anything like that. I don't need anything like that. Just try to pay my mortgage. Uh, Random guy behind me. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, there's just all those, you know, kind of, you know, things to consider, right? You know, it's like anything that you put your time into, you know, you just gotta be, what's the word? You know, you gotta be responsible, right? You know, I got a wife, I got a family, I got two dogs, you know, and so, oh, well, Michelle, thank you so much. Thank you so much for those kind words. All right, well, I got to get in here. Because it's 3 o'clock my time, and I got to go get my neck X-rayed, and then I got to go to the chiropractor. So, thank you guys for listening to me talk for a half hour, and thank you guys for talking back to me. I appreciate that. I appreciate your encouragement back to me. I try to be an encouragement, and you guys don't know what an encouragement you guys have been to me these last couple weeks, especially. So, and you always are. All right, so. Love you guys. Thank you. You do suck. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you guys. Hey, Cylon. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, buddy. I love you, man. I love you all. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys make me happy and you bring me joy. And so do a cheese stream soon. I can't eat that much cheese, man. I can't eat that much cheese. My stomach is like that is like that small. I can't eat that much cheese. So it'd be like a slice of cheese, and then the stream would be done. So there you go. All right, guys. Love you all. I will see you all later. I'm sure we'll be doing something else today. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Yes, Ambassador Wing, Enosh, whatever you do, the Lord will be with it, and we believe and support. Much respect. Thanks, man. The Bible says, whatever you do, do not unto men, but wholeheartedly as unto God. And so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. That's my life. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone who was on the stream last night. We had a really good stream last night. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check out that video. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.